If you think entrepreneur is all about freedom and fast money, you need to think again. The brutal truth is, most people will make it past their first million because they're not ready for what really happens behind the scenes. In this video, I'm going to break down the 5 brutal truths you need to accept before you can actually build serious wealth. If you're ready to face reality and build something real, stick with me. It's not about the idea, it's all about the execution. I remember listening to a podcast and someone very successful said, people are always scared of hiding their ideas. Well, it's not about that. It's about execution. You can give the same idea to 10 different people, but only one of them actually make 1 million ARR because you have to execute these ideas. I remember my first ever startup that I tried. I had an amazing idea, I believe. I did months and months and months of market research, speaking to people who are in this field. I am currently working in that field. However, my execution was poor. I was doing basic stuff. I wasn't really focusing. And no wonder that idea has gone. That idea was extremely great. And guess what? I went on to My First Million, a podcast that I would advise you guys to always listen to. And someone's doing that exact same project. But they've executed it. That's why they're successful. They were able to be disciplined, to focus on the idea. They were able to have grit and be consistent in the endeavor of becoming an expert in that field. And that's why they're able to be successful, unlike I was in that specific niche. Truth number 2, you will lose friends and face criticism. This whole journey is crazy. When you first have an idea, everyone will be like, oh wow, that's so inspiring, well done. But watch, after 3 months, 6 months, a year, 2 years, people are expecting you to make fast money. People are like, oh, is that person successful? Oh, I thought this person had an idea. Once that happens, they'll start talking behind your back. They'll start criticizing you. They may even criticize you to your face. They may be like, oh, what happened to that business? How's it going? It is okay. This is why I would just recommend just moving in silence. You don't need to tell everyone what you're doing. You don't need to tell everyone your next step. You don't need to do that. Number 1, most of them don't care, and the people who do care aren't really praying for your success. They're kind of eventually trying to see if you're actually going to make it, because either they know how hard it is or they think it's extremely easy, so they have a shorter timeline for the expectation for you to be successful. Building a real business is extremely lonely. Most of the time you might be the only person in your circle who wants to build a real business. So it's extremely lonely, it's extremely hard. There's a time you have no one to look up to because most people have not started this journey, or if they have, they fail. This is why it's very important to have a mentor and have a community of people who with similar mindset as you help you push through your lows. So I need you guys to mentally prepare for this because it's not going to be an easy road. It's a long lonely road. If you're ready for this, carry on listening to this video and make sure you follow this channel because I will give you the truth, and the truth only will set you free. Truth number 3, you must learn how to sell without being salesy. Life is all about sales, everything. If you're trying to employ, you're selling your idea. If you want someone to invest in your company, you need to sell your idea. If you don't have a co-founder and you want to have a co-founder that's more technical, you need to sell to them. Most importantly, anything of value you're going to try to monetize, you need to sell as either a product, a service, an idea, an AI tool, anything you're trying to monetize, you need to be able to sell it. A lot of people have bad relationship with salespeople. You don't want to be one of them. Extremely salesy, childish sales tactics. No, it doesn't work. You need it to be natural. At the end of the day, you're speaking to human beings. The other person in front of you is just another person. That's why you need to be able to speak to people. Practice being able to speak to people, not only about your product, but about who you are. A lot of investors don't invest in the idea. They invest in the entrepreneur, into their founder. So make sure you're able to just speak about yourself and show why you're the best candidate for them to invest into. Truth number 4, cash flow beats profit early on. Managing cash flow is a lifeblood of a startup. You need to have cash flow. You need to be able to have money so you can spend into other ideas, into increasing your team, hiring better people. In the early stage of a startup, cash flow is more essential than profit because it ensures the business can meet immediate financial obligations and continue operating. Without positive cash flow, even though a profitable company can quickly run out of money and then fail. Be extremely careful not to overspend at the early days. Unnecessary spending and poor budgeting can quickly drain your cash reserves, leaving your startup unable to cover essential costs and redeploy cash into great opportunities. Also, avoid failing for these vanity traps. Metrics like social media like, these numbers may look impressive, but can give you false sense of progress and distract you from the actual objective. Focusing on real revenue and generating results. Truth number 5, your mindset is your biggest asset. I'm just going to give you a little bit about mindset, but please look at my previous video about mindset shift. You need to have mental resilience, focus, and believe. This word of entrepreneurship is extremely difficult. A lot of you have self-doubt. Everyone has self-doubt. I still have self-doubt, but you need to push through it. If you don't push through it, you never know what would have happened if you stayed consistent. You need to be extremely deluded for you to think you're the only person in this world and you're so special that your idea you thought of in your bedroom, in a sauna, on a run, will change millions of people and create generational wealth. You have to be extremely deluded, but that's a mindset you need to have. You must have the mindset that I will, not I will not. You need to have that strong mindset, that resilience, that tenacity. I don't know where you're going to get it from. You may be born with it, you may not be born with it, but you need to have it if you want to be successful. So if you're ready to build real wealth, embrace these truths and keep pushing forward. This journey is not for everyone, trust me about this. A lot of people will start, but a lot of people will fall. But a lot of them will end up fizzling out as you're carrying your journey. But for those who stick with it, the rewards are life-changing. Comment down below which truth you thought resonated more with you, or if you disagree with any of my truth, because at the end of the day, I'm not perfect. But make sure you listen to my video about mindsets that you need to become successful.